Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Ultimate General American Revolution, an early access game on Steam by the folks at Game Labs. In today's episode, we're returning to episode number 29 of our Let's Play series, playing as the Americans, and while we are waiting for the British offensive at New York, which should begin in a couple of weeks, they have launched an amphibious assault in the northeast, taking Falmouth, and in today's video we're going to start off with our attempt to defeat the British Army near Falmouth with our own force under Benedict Arnold. This was taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel, so without further ado, no more intro needed, let's jump into the battle. I would probably do less of this merging if there were better brigade controls, like if you actually could issue orders to brigades in a meaningful way. All right, the enemy's going to be up here. Okay. Let's actually get the artillery over here on the right. We'll move them forward into that wood line where they can pound the enemy. All right, our militia, interestingly enough, I guess it's just based on which brigade we had where, but it looks like our militia is the units in front, I think. No, these are regulars. Some of them are anyway. We do have some skirmishers with Charleville 66s, so they could be useful. Okay. Alright, so we've got a wood line here. The enemy's going to come at us probably straight on. They've got a lot of companies. They've also got a lot of guns, and they've got a fair number of light troops, which are the bane of my existence. I don't really have a good wood line to draw up our troops on. We've got some woods here. Put some skirmishers in front of our guns on the left. They don't have any artillery at least, so that's good. Or not artillery. They don't have any cavalry at least, so that should be help. I like trying to keep my troops in the woods. There just aren't a lot of good spots to put them. Guess we could extend our line out to the left a little bit. Maybe do that. Get it out toward this house and use this very narrow tree line to do it. So like move these guys here. Like that, I guess. Maybe that would be useful. Feels like it kind of opens our flank a bit, but okay. Keep our skirmishers in front of our guns as best we can to keep the enemy skirmishers off our guns. I don't know, I never am happy with the terrain setup in any of these battles. It always feels a little bit wonky. It's always like a really narrow tree line that you're trying to cram everybody into. We're winning at farm. Okay. It's good to know. Like, terrain is important in this game, but it never feels quite like a real battlefield, if that makes sense. Do they got any concealment behind these crops? A little bit. Enemies coming in. Coming in on the left, strong. But they're going to the right too, so. Benedict's gonna move left. Lend his presence over there. Artillery on the right flank is, well, I don't know, maybe they're doing okay. They're really stacking up hard against this lead unit here on the left. Guns are trying to move around our right flank. Shifting reserves left. Move one of our artillery batteries that was kind of in reserve over here. Lot of smoke! Alright, this unit withdrew already. Letting them pick off some of our lead elements a little bit too effectively. Enemies just stacking artillery on our right flank, but they're not really pushing hard with infantry there. Alright, we did just have our unit route off the map. I don't usually see that, and I think that's because of how I handle my divisions. But that's a little sad, I guess. You hold here, Benedict. Lend your support. Rally the boys. Alright, you switch over here. These guys are routing too. They're dealing with my left flank a lot. Effectively, maybe is the better word. Now let's refuse this line a little bit over here. We have driven back several of their companies too. Enemy artillery's coming in on the left now also. Oh, there's meleeing going on in the center here. Fire into their flank, boys. Alright, we routed that company off. I think my artillery makes my right flank pretty secure. It's the left flank where things are rough. gonna try and see if I can put a unit in this little wood line here, so if they do swing in toward this barn against this line forming up here, we can potentially lure them into a little bit of an L-shaped, I don't know if it's an ambush, but an L-shaped flank attack. I think these 3 batteries here are probably strong enough to stop what's left of the British here in the center. I think. Okay, there are troops over that way. Let's move our ammo support troops over toward the guns. So they're going to push in toward the farm. They're firing the flank here, but they're going to just eat canister fire from these boys, which have nice 6-pounder guns. So we'll take some casualties in our gun crews. Yeah, they just, you can see they just fired a salvo a canister here into this company, routing them back. These guys are heading from the flank here. Can you canister off these boys? They're still using brown Besses, right? They don't have rifles over there. One of our gun crews was driven off. Okay. They left their guns. They're meleeing me. This is my boys fire into my own gun crews, so they've driven back multiple gun crews now. I thought we were in better shape than that. Hey, ammo wagons, what are you doing? How about not retreating toward the enemy? Just a thought. You're not Marines. As all of our guns here get abandoned. Well, maybe this isn't going as well as I'd hoped. Alright, we captured those assholes at least. Pick up your ammo. Can some of these artillerymen get back on their guns now, please? Alright, at least this little L-shaped formation is holding together for now. Right flank's getting attacked. Our canister there is trying to do work. I don't know why this guy surrendered, like in the middle of their own lines, but I'll take it. This little L-shaped ambush, they moved one company to try and flank it, but it looks like it worked. It's more like a U, I guess. Man, what a battle. Thought I had a bit more of an advantage against them than maybe I did, but I think this is tilted in our favor now. Pretty heavily. Just wrecking them here with these 2 batteries. A lot of friendly fire on my own end, unfortunately. That's kind of the nature of how this game works. When units get in close and they start meleeing you, it can get real hot real fast. Forward. All right. That L-shaped maneuver on the left flank, I think, saved the battle. At least on that flank. I'm trying to push back on the right, but the problem is their artillery is... I mean, we're facing the problem that they faced coming up against us. Artillery against troops in the open is not ideal. Alright, shattered them. Alright, we routed them. So I'm assuming they'll withdraw inside Falmouth? Like, that's their... If they don't all surrender, which is possible. I'm honestly surprised they haven't done the victory thing yet. These guys are like, nope, don't want to fight our enemy artillery. There we go. Now they're retreating. Now that the enemy's triggered a retreat, all these guns are packing up. Is there anybody left to chase down who isn't exhausted? Wish I had some cavalry. Hey, hey, hey. Alright, let's try and eliminate these guys via the surrender mechanics. Alright, one artillery battery surrendered. Wait, where? Alright, we got that battery. Got that battery. Can you just shatter them at least to make sure that they don't come back? Got them. Mopping up operations have commenced. What are these guys? They don't even have a flag? I'm confused. Is that a war crime? What just happened there? I don't know if this is like a glitched unit. I don't see a flag. Hello, Slack and Stein. Good to see you guys. If I don't want to toot my own horn, I would definitely say that I already said it, but the L-shaped ambush was decisive, is what he said in the chat. Their white flags are no match for our musketry. I don't know why I said that like that. Finish! How did your Heads Will Roll stream go? Have you beaten that game yet? You know, one of the things I liked about A Legionary's Life was the game, like, there was a fair bit of content to it. No, it's also, what, like $7 or something like that. So it wasn't very expensive. But that game, it felt like it had the right amount of content. Heads Will Roll feels like it might drag a little bit toward the end, especially the style of game it is. It feels like you're just going to be lopping off heads once you get good for 45 minutes to no purpose. But, like, I don't know. It feels like that game might drag a bit toward the end. Maybe it's too long. But you can tell me if I'm wrong. Parts are repetitive. I mean, it's the nature of a roguelike like that. Like a scripted story. But I still think it's perhaps a little too long for how repetitive roguelites can be. Alright, let's get this last battery of artillery, and then we will have more or less destroyed the army coming for Falmouth. Get it, boys. New York front has not started. The British reinvasion just restarted, so I had issues with the save from the previous stream that never posted to YouTube, so situation now is the counterattack pre-New York invasion has just begun. I believe they're landing at Castine, so way further in the north. I haven't seen anything in Canada or near Fort Montgomery, so I'm not sure if they have a third force. I didn't even really get a pop-up about it. It just told us that there was a naval invasion occurring and that Castine was scared. And that's kind of where we find ourselves. And so we've got a force of about 4,000 men under Benedict Arnold dealing with an invasion that did take Falmouth, but we are in the process of destroying that army. So at least one of the enemy armies is destroyed. We will send Benedict north toward Castine to deal with the enemy force there, assuming it's 3,400 troops or so. We should be good here. You can see the enemy had 3,400 troops, 20 guns, lost 2,217 plus 200 surrendered, so 2,400 troops. We lost about 1,300. It was a pretty bloody battle. We did lose 7 guns, so it wasn't. It was not easy by any means. We had. Did we have any companies destroyed? We had some units with heavy losses. Yeah, we did have some companies or regiments destroyed. 4th Company, 65th. Yeah, so we definitely had some destroyed companies. Not a ton of them. And we did have a destroyed artillery battery. So, overall, Army Vet, the war is going very well, but the British major counterattack is just beginning. There's sort of a pre-invasion before the invasion of New York, and then the invasion of New York will begin here soon, I believe, in the next few weeks. So you can see here, this enemy force near Falmouth is routed. We will push forward here. Benedict Arnold just got promoted again, I guess. They all just evaporate. Those enemy troops just surrender. Alright, so by the looks of it, they all got destroyed. Benedict Arnold has now been promoted from a lieutenant general to a full general. Pretty cool. I didn't realize generals got promoted like that. Our character's already that rank, but I assume that was just the rank we were given. No sign of other enemy forces yet. We did just defeat a rebellion at Burlington. Oh, 5,000 troops under a general are heading toward the north. So we're going to have to get on a move quick. All right, so we will leave 300 militiamen behind. And the rest of these troops are going to head toward... Let's send them to Frank first, because I don't think I can defeat them with what I've got here. Let's also pull these 300 militia. We're going to bring the Boston troops north, because we've got a regular regiment at Boston. Thank you for the donation. Admiral Howe. We've received information that Admiral Howe and a large army were heading straight for New York. It may be worth devoting additional resources to protect the city. We've already devoted 10 grand. We can give them 600 more muskets for the New York militia. Alright. Madison, you get in Falmouth. More. Your troops are going to head down to garrison Boston, so it's not unoccupied. Benedict Arnold's going to head up to Frank. So if they're going to land 5,000 troops at Cast Iron, I don't know how long my troops can hold out there. Probably not very long. But I got to get my other soldiers north to deal with that. Some soldiers of our pain are now held at in Britain's prisoners. Okay, so Castine has fallen. Arthur Burnett is leading the invasion. Fortification principles are done. We need more recruits, so we'll do the specialists. He's probably going to move inland and try and retake these northern objectives. Do we have any idea what what the force consists of, though? So we retook Falmouth. That's good, at least. They're probably going to go for Pownal next, which I realistically don't hold. Like, even if I get my troops up there, 5,000 versus what now? 3,000? Did these guys get up there yet? I don't think so. 700 extra will help overcome the casualties we took, at least in part. Is it just those two invasions, though? I don't see a third. So maybe they didn't send a third force. Maybe it was just the two. They're already attacking Pownal, I think. I hear gunfire. Where did we send those British prisoners anyway? So Frank doesn't have any. George doesn't have any. Falmouth doesn't. Oh, they sent him down to Portsmouth. Okay. Salem is 800 also. A lot of extra labor. Alright, I need to concentrate those 700 regulars. The other troops are exhausted. As much as I would like to go get those 400 men at Pownal, I don't know that it makes sense to do that. Maybe they'll wear the British out a little bit. These guys need to rest. Alright, the 600 are almost there. So I have 2,500 troops. They do not have 11,000. It was, what, 5,400 troops on the invasion that we saw? Plus, they'll have to leave behind garrisons if they're going to march further. I don't like the idea of... Let's send Arnold north. Just go see what you see. Alright, so they got 3,100 at Castine that are garrisoning, so about half their force is garrisoning Castine. They do have cavalry, which is a little scary. 240 of them. What are you offering? I don't need the brown besses. That's not worth 3 grand. Alright, have these guys relaxed yet or gotten their conditioning back? Some of them have. I need more than that. I need more troops than this. I don't want to leave Boston unguarded. And there's too many POWs that could be liberated down there. But I do think we'll send the Falmouth garrison that I just dropped north as well. That'll give me 3,200 troops. Maybe we can wait and hope they move north toward Velumusk, and then we can come in behind them and cut them off. They may make just a sprint for Halifax, which is another possibility. The troops at Pownell are holding out surprisingly long. This is going to complicate defending New York, though, because if they land with 20,000 troops, all my troops are out of position for that kind of an attack. Okay, so we got 3,200 troops, and we would be outnumbered by about 2,000 if we move north right now. Butcher could send an additional 1,400 troops north. Like, that is feasible. Let's do this. I don't want to wait as long as it's going to take to get them all there. But... we will sort of stagecoach it. Where we'll bring regulars in to garrison the places we're going to vacate. And bring another 900 troops north. That'll cut the deficit enough to probably challenge them. And we also just frankly need to raise another infantry regiment here. Because New York is coming whether I'm ready for it or not. Baron von Steuben? Alright, so we'll raise another regular regiment at Hartford. Did Horatio Gates get to level up because of that victory that he had? No, he's still just a... well, he's a general. So maybe he is a... Maybe they're all... Let's see here. General... I guess they are all generals. General... No, he's a major general. Okay. Good thing we didn't have any ships based in Falmouth. 600 guns in the Casco Bight. Dear God. That's a lot of guns. Alright, so Fort Pownell will fall here any moment, likely. They got about 1,400 troops surrounding it at the moment. So they've got about 5,000. That means they've lost about 200 men, but if they have to garrison Pownell and Cast Iron... We don't have a lot of... Wait. Why would I not accept donations from France? Of course I would. Are there any... There are no enemy POWs at Cast Iron. Or Powell, no. Thank you. Thank God. At least they won't be getting those back. There were some at Falmouth, I believe, before the previous battle. International Committee is available. Oh, that's because we just did that. Alright, so his 160 men are retreating, presumably northeast. This cavalry probably will go for Halifax, I would guess. Someone might. They got quite a few cavalry in this invasion. But if they want to move north and invest Velamusk, then I will come in behind them and hit Castine. As soon as I see these 600 troops start to decline, I think that's when we know to hit Castine. Or at least once the troops, Moore's troops, come up from Frank. No factory shipyards. Regiment Palma lost. Spycraft is finished. Okay. College, we already researched. Reporting, quartermaster resources, or research speed. Unit ammunition. Sure, artillery research, I guess. We're 30 days away from having dragoons. Alright, so we got garrisons at Salem and Boston now, regular troops. Moore is arriving at Frank as we speak. And the enemy is pushing toward Masuk now. Alright, so the Battle of Masuk has begun. Which means it is time. Begin the counterattack, boys. The main problem here is our troops are going to be moving through real rough terrain, which is going to make progress slow. Oops. The other problem is while Pownell was a fort, Willamosk is not, which means they are less likely to last very long. So it looks like Arbuthnot is remaining at Castine with his troops. Nope. Pull back, guys. They're coming at you and we're not quite ready. You didn't all get up there in time. Interception of merchant ships. +4 cigars. Cool. Construct an armory in New Haven. Okay. I never feel like these are worth the cost. Like, the reward doesn't seem to be worth the cost very often to do these things. Alright, so they got about 3,000 cast iron, another 1,300 pound. So numbers-wise, would be about even. That must mean they're attacking up north with only about 600 or so. Enemy is not pursuing into the woods. It's a little sad. Oh, I didn't mean to double. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, well, I guess we're rushing in. Why can I not fight this battle, though? I didn't want you to melee them. What is going on? Why can I not fight this battle? I don't want the automated result. I want to fight. What is going on? Okay, here we go. All right, so 4,000 versus 2,700 troops. It looks like the troops at Pownal are out of range for the battle, which is good for us. Let's go ahead and fight. So hopefully we can defeat the enemy in detail and win a great victory. Let's get down to business and defeat the Redcoats. All right, we're already in the battle, which is... These armies are going to start pretty close together because we're already in the fight. You can see, obviously, these troops have lost a fair bit. Some of these guys are already, like, retreating. They're already white. It means they're ready to retreat or are retreating. Their morale is low. Doesn't mean they're retreating off the map. It just means they're not going to stand up well to an engagement. So we should be mindful of that. Now, hopefully the British are in a similar situation. The fatigue and condition and whatnot and morale of some of these boys, very low. Some of them is good. So we can just choose to throw the troops forward that have good morale. Oh my God, they're all just chilling in the woods. That's great. Bad. Great. Whatever. Bad for us. All right, so let's do this. Let's find out who's good to fight and who's not. So these guys not. Move them back here. They will be ready to fight eventually. We got to give them time. Okay. So and I'm keeping units that are ready together and units that are not, because my understanding of how the game works is if one of the regiments or one of the companies is retreating, then the whole thing will retreat. So you got to be sort of careful with that. So I think it makes more sense to merge weakened units together and try and let them sit things out a while in the rear where they can rally while you keep fresher units toward the front and they can fight first. For some bad reason, a lot of our artillery is not in good shape. Okay. The other problem is the enemy's got a lot of guns already ready to pound us up here, and I don't really have anywhere to have good cover. So let's try this. Let's put some of these guns in this wood line here. Maybe some of our troops actually in the wood line. Give me some cover. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Oh, cover, cover. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum. No? Okay. All right, we'll put these guns to the flank. I do not know how to set up for a fight like this where we're already heavily engaged. I do not think this is going to go well. We will see. I don't have any natural cover, so that's not going to be good. I gotta hope that some of their troops are fought out too. Where's my general? Why is he way over there? Benedict, are you on the other side? Like, where are these guys retreating? Okay, so I knew they weren't ready to fight, but why are they retreating toward the enemy? That seems dumb. Don't do that. Alright, the enemy's trying to go around our flank. I think the enemy's coming at me with the high ground. I don't really know. Rear flanked. There's Benedict. Good old Benedict. I knew you'd never leave us. Oh, God. This is a messy fight. This is not going to be good, I don't think. I wish you could zoom out better. I don't know if more is the right word, but I wish you could zoom out more effectively. The enemy light infantry is so difficult for me to challenge. Like, that is... Fox is shattered. Okay. I don't usually see my own troops, like, permanently shatter like that. Nice. Canister fire is a beautiful thing to watch when it's on your side. Alright, I hope Benedict is given some... I hope these guys are recovering some morale. They recover morale more quickly if they're by a general. Alright, so the infantry support we've got on our left flank, at least for the moment, is holding with all this artillery. Ansel Elfie is killed. Having the skirmishers out front of the artillery, I think, was very smart. I think that is what gave us an early advantage here on the left flank. Let's shift some of these troops over to the other flank of the artillery and see if they can get in on the enemy. They abandoned their guns. The goddamn cowards. Oh god, that was a lot of artillery that just pounded these 300 men almost. Hey look, enemy light troops over on this flank. I don't know if that's what I expected, but it doesn't surprise me. A lot of canister fire wrecking up these... Look at all these dead redcoats. So these men charged forward maybe to try and take the guns. But now they've got 400 muskets just firing into them. 80 men, 400 muskets firing in at point-blank range. Might have been ill-advised. Down the guns. Yeah, they're gonna shatter those troops. Alright, well. At least they routed the enemy troops that came toward to knock our gunners back. We tried to put our gunners back on this battery and they got destroyed. Literally. And now the enemy surrendered. Nice. Do you have any other troops we can bring forward to put on those guns? Doesn't look like it. Meanwhile, a lot of light enemy infantry down in this valley, kind of off to our left. This battle is... Okay, I was going to say, it's going much better than I thought it was going to go. Can we destroy what's left of their guns? It did help that their cavalry was not present at this fight. Save yourselves! I don't know that pursuit will work all that well in this fight. We'll see. They don't really have anywhere to go. I mean, they can retreat to their other fort they took, I guess. Being able to zoom out more than just like this, really, this is such a terrible view. Just let me zoom out further. Like, don't change the angle of the camera. Whatever. All right. So 3,600 troops on our end. We only lost 335. The enemy lost over 1,000. 42 missing prisoners. So they lost a little bit less than half their force. We did lose 4 guns. They only lost 1. So... Little strokes fell great oaks. Benjamin Franklin. That sounds so much like different strokes for different folks. All right. Pownell. I don't know if these boys are going to try and come to their aid. So some of our militia look like they want to retreat. So this is weird because, like, we won the battle and they're retreating, but they're also not. Alright, well there you have it, a couple of victories in today's video. Hopefully we're able to finish things off in tomorrow's video, but Benedict Arnold continues to be, if not the hero of the whole revolution, then the hero of the revolution thus far. Our character did a lot of the early work, he has done a lot of the recent work, and so he's got to be up there, you know, in terms of national heroes right now. Hopefully he won't do anything that, you know, makes us question his loyalty, but I guess we'll find out. With that being said, that is going to do it for today's episode. We have been going for almost an hour, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here and pick things up next time. Until next time, however, this is the Historical Gamer once again saying thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I keep saying that, I'm out.